football. It is time for Top 5 Friday, presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. These are my top 5 fantasy values on the sleeper side for Week 6, where you've got 4 teams on a bye and some injuries to consider. I've got one per position. Remember, the Bears, the Raiders. We've got the Colts and the Bills. They are all on a bye. Let's start with a quarterback. So, listen, you can't play Brissett if you picked him up if you lost Cam Newton. Well, I think you should look at Kyle Allen. Tough matchups this week at quarterback. Wentz at Minnesota. Goff has to face off against the 49ers defense. I like Matt Ryan and Kyler Murray this week. If you can't have either of them, pick up Allen this week against a Bucs defense that is second most generous to opposing quarterbacks. He's going to have to throw in what should be a high-scoring affair. And the last time he faced a bottom 5 pass defense, the Cardinals, he threw 4 touchdown passes. I think you can trust him in this matchup to get you through Week 6. How about a running back? Oldie, but a goodie. Hasn't been great this year, but neither have the Redskins totally. How about Adrian Peterson? Interim head coach Bill Callahan. He's talked all week long about how they want to run the ball, get the running game going. They've got the Dolphins this week. I love the matchup. They've allowed 9 touchdowns already. 9, 5 on the ground, 4 through the air, 2 running backs, and the most points overall to the position. If you have Marlon Mack, if you have Josh Jacobs on a bye, scoop up and play Adrian Peterson. And if you have Chris Thompson, you need to get him in your lineup also in a PPR league for this matchup. Let's go to a wide receiver. Not DeAndre Hopkins, not Will Fuller, Keke Coutee.
Oh, really?
You gotta keep an eye on Kenny Stills. If Kenny Stills doesn't suit up, this is your guy. He missed last week's game, Kenny Stills, with a hammy. Coutee stepped up. He had 72 yards on the day. He doesn't get a ton of targets, but if Stills is out again, and you're in a tough spot, meaning, this week, Nate, you can't play T.Y., you can't play Allen Robinson. They're on a bye. You can't play your boy Tyrell Williams from the Raiders.
Right.
They're all taking a snoozer this week. Take a shot on Coutee. It should be a high-scoring game. They're up against Kansas City. It is in Arrowhead. But you can throw on this defense, and you're going to have to throw to keep up with Patrick Mahomes wanting to come off a loss to the Colts. At tight end, Noah Fant. Slow start to the season. He's a rookie. He's getting warmed up. They're just coming off their first win in Denver to the Chargers. But the options at this position at tight end, they're scarce this week in Week 6. I love the matchup. They've got the Titans. They've allowed 4 touchdowns to tight ends already this season through 5 weeks. He scored, by the way, in Week 4 against the Jags. I think they're working him into this offense and giving him more opportunities. By the way, the 1 touchdown he did score was sick. So I like him and trust him on Sunday if you need help. At defense, it's not a sleeper, but it's the Redskins. Everyone yells at me when I say, play a sleeper up against the Dolphins. Listen, they're under 30% owned still. You can go get this defense. And they really haven't been able to get anything going yet this season, but they have forced 7 turnovers over the last 4 games. They sacked Tom Brady 4 times last week. So pick them up and play them if you were into the streaming defenses game, and you should be. There's your fantasy values. We've got Kyle Allen, Adrian Peterson, 1 per position. I like Keke Coutee, even though he's the 3rd option. Only play him and pick him up if Kenny Stills is out again with that hammy. Noah Fant at tight end. Might not get a ton of targets, but he's got big play potential against Tennessee. And the Redskins defense, any defense up against Miami. Tonight, on NFL 100 Roundtable, some of the greatest wide receivers. Nate's probably excited about this. They're coming together to celebrate the NFL's 100th season, and we're just invited to be flies on the wall and listen to it all. This is a sneak peek where Michael Irvin shares his welcome to the NFL moment. I can't wait to hear this.
I remember coming into Dallas, and I talked so much noise coming in. I'm here now. We're going to win the Super Bowl. I can catch a BB in the dark. Somebody turn out the light and shoot a BB gun. I got in my first training camp and dropped everything. I dropped everything. They think I lost my confidence. Everson Walls, man, he played me, came up like he was going to jam it. Then he backed off and then snuck jam. I said, oh, my God. I ain't never been jammed to my feet. I said, oh, my God. I said, okay, this is a different level. I went and got my eyes checked. They were checking my hands. Then I went to the gloves and started gaining my confidence back.
Love that. Don't miss NFL 100 Roundtables presented by Sprint. Hear stories you've never heard tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network. Talking New York, the Wall Streeters will be back in studio to discuss the Jets getting their mojo, not their mono, their mojo back. Sam Darnold is back under center for this squad. Big game for them this week. And why has the Chiefs offense slowed down in the past?